Fellow Aquarians. This is your bonus reading. And, I like doing this for my fellow Aquarians because, I'm Team Aquarius, as y'all know, and my Aquarian viewers have been good to me. But to be honest with you, the last reading, I even said it while I was doing the reading, like, it's too much to unpack in 10 minutes. Like, you know, I try to keep it snappy and, TikTok land. I know we're dealing with some short attention spans, and that's what gets promoted. So as a matter of survival, I do try to, keep it at that. But sometimes there's just more to unpack, and I definitely felt it in that reading. So I want to see what comes out and see if we can go a little bit deeper for those of you who, you know, are into that and need that. Okay, first I'm going to clear the space, and then I want to share with you just something that I'm energetically picking up on, with my Aquarius Sun and Mercury, midheaven, and my Pisces stellium. Oh my goodness. How are y'all feeling that full moon in Virgo? Sweet Jesus is getting to me. I mean, I'm doing a little bit better now, actually, but man, a couple days ago, oof. Okay, and I know I've heard some people, belly aching about it. If I were to do another bonus side note, I would probably do it for Libra, fellow air sign, because yeah, they're getting hit really hard. I imagine Aries, their opposite is as well. Um, but Aries is not going to verbalize as well about these things. Aries is going to try to walk it off, you know. So, anyway, and I say that because, right, we're dealing with the South and North nodes in Aries and Libra right now, and I just know it's impacting y'all. But yeah, if I were to do a bonus, I'd do it for Libra because I know, oh my gosh, my Libra reading on TikTok, over 800 views. Thank you so much if any of them are here listening. All right, so that said, I want to do let me start out with a 5 card spread and let's just see what comes up, and let's just be spirit led and take it from there. But while I'm shuffling, let me share with you what I've been getting energetically, my own personal read on things. With Pluto having recently gone into Aquarius January 20th, a lot of us have been feeling the shift, the change. Have you been seeing the empowerment of humanity? Sweet Jesus, people are rising up. People are waking up like never before. The truth is coming out. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I can feel a lot of change around me. But, and this is a big but, I feel like I'm in the eye of a storm. Excuse me. Like if Pluto is a storm, I feel like I'm in the center of it. And any of you know about hurricanes, I'm from Houston. I'm a native Houstonian, so of course I know about hurricanes. But for those of you who don't, it's a spinning, right? These hurricanes, they're spinning. But in the dead center of it, it's silence. It's quiet. And I feel like I'm in the eye of the storm because I can feel and see things changing with people around me and also the collective. Yet I'm just kind of standing there in the center of it like, oh, where's this going? Because it hasn't hit me. It hasn't hit me. I just heard yet. Oh no. I don't know. And so I don't know, I'm getting a weird feeling now, like, because I'm starting to get a feeling like, be careful what you ask for, because there's a part of me that is discontent with being in the eye of the storm, like I want some change, damn it. Why do other people get change, you know? Like, and I see things positively shifting for other people, but I don't really see it happening for myself, and that's very frustrating. But now I gotta put this little thing in there. So if you're an Aquarian and you're like, yeah, I don't really vibe with the eye of the storm thing, I feel like I'm out there getting the intensity of all of this shift, you know. Um, it might be because I'm still, coming out of a year and a half transit in my 12th house, right? North node's going through my 12th house, which has been a lot of solitude, a lot of isolation, a lot of spiritual work. By the way, I just put out a video about the healing power of water, living water, where I talked a little bit about that. But, for some reason, the powers that be over at TikTok made sure that it only got 3 or 4 views, and so then I re-uploaded it and it got another 3 or 4 views whenever I usually get 200 to 300 views for a video. So, here we are again dealing with these social media platforms doing what they do, but I digress. Let's see, Spirit, what is going on for the Aquarian viewers? Oh my gosh. That came out in the reading. So I'm hearing back on track. We are back on track with the message. We're going to pick up where we left off. For some of you, this may have to do with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. For others of you, it has to do with a business if you have one. If this has to do with the fire sign, this fire sign appears to be putting their back towards persevering or making an investment or, enduring. And it's almost like they're looking at getting some kind of attention. Tell me more. Yeah, because I feel like there's more of this. Okay, I'm hearing something about this is really internalized, okay, and looking at something from the past. This might have to do with something concerning how one gets attention, how one gets acknowledgement from others. 6 of Wands. Side note, let me say real quick, if I'm talking too slow, go to the top right hand corner of your mobile device and click on the gear icon and adjust the playback speed. Usually 1.25 is going to help me talk a little bit faster than my current southern drawl. Okay. I'm also getting the fire sign is watching someone or they are looking at issues in their life having to do with getting recognition or engaging in attention seeking behavior. For some of you, that again, like if you're like me and you have a business and you're putting out content that's not being recognized, like right before I pulled that, I was talking to you about a video that I put out on TikTok that has 3 or 4 views because the powers that be didn't, apparently the algorithm didn't favor it for whatever reason. So that could be you, looking at your business and what you're doing. And if it's not a business, maybe in a leadership role or position, what you're doing to get the recognition for how you're taking the lead in your life to overcome obstacles. And some of you have been at this for a very long time. Like, you are not a stranger to this. And so some of you are going very deep with this death card in reverse. I don't know why I don't usually read the card this way, but it's kind of something is becoming very internalized as you were looking back at the past. And yeah, perhaps there is something that you're trying to hold on to, something you're trying to endure, you're trying to get the victory, but I don't know if that I'm getting a message here that it's almost like it's never going to be the same again, right? Just to give you, for example, not really to talk about myself, because I know a lot of people don't like that when you start talking about yourself in a tarot reading. They want to hear about themselves. um, you know, what tarot was on YouTube in 2017 when I started this channel is not what it is in 2024. It's never going to be the same again. It's a totally different playing field. Doing business on here and trying to get it back to the good old days, well, that the cards were telling me it's never going to go back to the way it was. And some of you are trying to raise something from the dead. You're trying to come out of this separation or loss, or you're trying to avoid change. Some of you want to do things the way it was always done or with a way that worked in the past, but it's just probably never going to be the same. And you're going to have to rethink how you get recognition for your work. And if this is not about work, if this is a person or a relationship, again, something has really shifted between you and this person, and now, so this is what's falling out. Okay, so Queen of Swords in reverse, and oh no, yeah, I think I know where this is going. This came up in the last reading as well, where there may be some karmic situation between you, Aquarius, or it could be Libra, or it could be Gemini, and a water sign. So it's air sign versus water sign is involved here, and the water sign is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I am getting strong feminine energy on the air sign, strong masculine on the water sign. It is a general reading. Take it how it applies, but I will not be the person to tell you that tarot doesn't have a gender. That's a man right there. Okay, sorry, I'm not woke, people. Not doing it. Let's continue. General reading, take it as it applies, but that's how it appears to me. How they identify, I don't know. It's none of my business. Let's not go there. Let's not complicate it. All right, it's already a complicated relationship right here, as you can see, because with the justice in reverse, there's been no accountability, no fairness. Either there was a court ruling that was not fair, or maybe somebody got a fair court ruling and then it wasn't enforced. So somebody escaped accountability or fairness. Somebody maybe broke a soul contract, if not an actual contract. And so, yeah, this is a complicated relationship, regardless of genders. And it looks like you're not happy about it, Aquarius. It looks like this has probably, again, the way the cards are showing up, you appear to be the person that has probably taken a hit from this unfairness. So whatever this has been between you and this other person, I think it has very much impacted you. Again, if you maybe had a legal contract, a marriage with this individual, and they dishonored it, and then, you know, that's more on a 5D soul level. They dishonored, they broke that contract, but then on a 3D, there's been some kind of a, injustice in balancing the scales. It has probably, I'm getting a vibe here, it's really impacted the way that you deal with people and maybe caused you to come across as though you're cold, that you don't tolerate people's BS. You're not waiting around for other people to be fair with you. You're on guard. You're like ready. Like you're ready. It's kind of I'm not getting defensive energy here, but what I'm getting is that you almost see it coming, and you're on guard about people being unfair and unaccountable, and you're ready to cut them off once you see that you're not going to get a fair shake. This may have to do with, again, like masculine energy and how masculines are showing up in your life. And maybe even your pursuit of what you feel would be the ideal life partner. Somebody that would actually come in and bring some level of healing. Yeah, there's some kind of unfinished business. That's, you know, somebody made a decision and they kind of left something unfinished here with the World card. I'm going to also say that people might view you as though you're not being fair. And I'm not saying you aren't. I'm just saying it's a perception that you are overly opinionated, that you're too judgmental, you're too harsh. It's kind of a wild message because it's almost like you got screwed over somehow, but people are viewing you like you're the bad person. I ain't gonna lie. And the person who didn't get screwed over looks like kind of like they're smelling like roses here. But what I'm seeing is that the injustice had to do with someone making decisions that resulted in you not being able to complete a major cycle in your life. You were not able to get some kind of closure that was in divine timing. And you have unfinished business, right? Because with that Justice card, that's major arcana stepping in saying, you know, hey, maybe you think you give an account according to your own record keeping here, but according to Spirit's record keeping, no, we have an outstanding balance here. Something has been unfulfilled in what is owed in this karmic or worldly debt. And that remaining balance is making it such that somebody has been left on hold and unable to, I'm hearing, missed opportunities. They've been unable to move on with their life because of somebody making decisions to, I don't know, I just heard stalemate. I just heard a stalemate. This is really deep. And it's probably, again, it's a harsh truth that, I don't know. Okay, so I just heard another, and this is one of my favorite sayings, but I just heard it, leave people better than you found them. It's almost like somebody, what they did here is let their own personal ambitions run their moves. So it's like, okay, what they did maybe served them well, but not you so much. It looks like it's left you, the air sign, upside down to where you can't move on. It's almost like, somebody eats at a restaurant and they get the whole meal and everything, and then they skip out and they don't pay. So they're full, they've been fed, and they're satisfied. But, the restaurant and all the workers and, whatnot, they're on the hook for it. They've taken a hit. And you do that enough times, it can be quite devastating where, enough people do that, eventually the restaurant will have to shut down. By the way, side note, not to get political, but not want to pop. We're seeing that happen, like in across the nation, where we have different, like CVS, Walgreens, or whatever, different retailers are shutting down and saying we're just going to go to a completely online shopping service model for this particular area because the theft is too high. People are coming in, stealing merchandise at such a level, it's not sustainable to do business in this area anymore. They're going to get run out of business if they don't close down their stores. Okay, so for some of you, again, going back to how this relates to you personally, I'm getting like some of you, I don't know if this person stopped you in your tracks with the direction that you were going in your life, or some of you got scattered. Some of you, you were flat not able to do something because you were dealt some injustice that made it impossible for you to get closure and move on with your life while somebody carried on. So let's see what that is. Yeah, Leo might be relevant. Some of you have had to work on your own confidence issues, because I'm going to say that this has maybe impacted your own sense of power. But I've been warning since last year when Pluto first went into Aquarius, don't mess around with Aquarians. Because for the next 20 years that Pluto is in Aquarius, there is an empowerment to Aquarius, to Aquarians. So you might get away with something for a while, or you might think it's of no consequence, but then you get karma, right? Because Pluto is a death rebirth energy. It's intense. It's like a hurricane. So some of you work on your confidence issues. And again, I understand it can be hard because some of you may be dealing with feelings, I'm getting off of that, feelings that people are holding back from you or turning their back on you. Oh dear. Please show me 5-card spread for Aquarius. There it is again, and y'all saw me shuffle. This is a huge issue, okay? This Leo energy, it's our opposite. I'm trying to think, like, what do I want to say about that hasn't already been said? Yes, obviously Leo might be relevant, but in confidence and courage and all of that. But I do get this feeling that this has to do with us um, showing a bit of restraint and using our, I'm getting a solar plexus type of energy, using our free will, our personal boundaries in a way that strengthens us, okay? Because I do feel, again, going back to that last short reading for the full moon in Virgo, I am feeling that there's been a major lesson about joining ourselves to people who basically we cooperated with people who were not cooperating with us. So we have to become more boundaried in that respect. Okay. So the main issue is, yeah, see, some of y'all have been trying to move on from a very difficult time in your life, but with this in the reverse, there has been some inability to move on. Well, yeah, if you got unfinished business, if there's been some injustice that's left you holding the bag on something, and you're not able to get closure with a major cycle in your life, you have been left on hold because you fronted something and somebody just skipped out on you, and like I said, left you holding the bag in some respect. Even if you got clear of that, there's still some coming out. It's like digging yourself out of some kind of a hole, okay? And so whatever these unresolved issues are, or these outstanding commitments on obligations, they're still to some degree, more or less, uh, you're feeling the effects of them. Okay, for example, you may be free and clear of it by now for some of you, although the cards are telling me that you're not, but it's almost like an energetic thing. And if you're saying, well, I've cleared my energy stuff, okay, it's the thing is, had it happened sooner like it was supposed to, if people would have upheld their contracts or their agreements, if things would have been fair and accountable, then you would have closed things out in a certain time frame, which would have put you on a different timeline right now. I don't want to tell you, I'm feeling led to tell y'all, I don't want you to feel like you missed the boat, okay? But now I'm seeing a bus, like, they caused you to miss the bus, okay? Somebody caused you to miss, and I'm sorry if I sound like I'm blaming here, okay? But the good news is that there's another one coming, right? Uh, yeah, some of you, honestly, the bus you missed was the last one for that night, but there'll be another one in the morning, okay? Others of you, you're just gonna wait another 25 minutes and it'll come back around. It's gonna vary for different people as far as how much of a setback this missing the bus is gonna be for y'all. But I do get that it puts you on a different timeline. This person, they fucked up your timeline. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But sorry, my F-bomb. But I'm feeling the anger of it that somebody fucked up your timeline. Okay. In the past, I don't think you knew about it. I think that you knew something was off. You knew somebody wasn't being upfront with you, and that there was a lot of secrecy and holding back and trying to kind of conceal and cover things up. There was like things being left unsaid, undone. The waiting around that this person or situation was like, you knew something was off in the force. You were able to discern it. You knew intuitively, might have involved a Pisces. But you knew I'm going to be brought back to this fogged in that we got for the new moon in Aquarius reading. Like, you knew you were fogged in. Man, that was a boat too. I'm being brought back to that, okay? There's some heavy vibe that like Spirit wants to talk to you about, particularly with now, right? Over this month time frame of new moon in Aquarius, full moon in Virgo. There's some theme of this time frame that Spirit wants you to process the fogged in energy of the past that some of you are still in the thick of and having trouble moving out of completely. But hey, in the future, you will be on dry land. Look at that. And you will be looking at making some choices and making some plans with your life. I really like that. And some of you will finally be making some decisions about getting more of a sense of direction in your life. At the foundation, oh my God, bring it, yes. Some of you have a new opportunity coming in, and I tell you what, I have been praying for this because, like I said from the beginning, and maybe it's just me, I'll have to comment down below if you've been feeling like you are in, the eye of a storm, like there's so much change going on around you, but you don't see it. You don't see this. This came out in the new moon in Aquarius reading, side note, that this was a blockage. And it's really hinging this whole reading together as to like, okay, why can't I move forward? Well, I'm waiting, and I've been waiting on an opportunity. When is it coming in? Some of you, by the way, that's a lovely message that you could be getting a new opportunity within. I'm gonna look at a time frame. I'm seeing like a two-day time frame. Hold on, I'm gonna get more clarification. Oh, I love that. I love that. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see all of these cards. Let me see if I can move them little bit closer. Okay. The outcome is Five of Cups in reverse. And I love that card because that's about you, kicking the dust off your feet, accepting your losses, moving on. And this may have to do, for some of you, with the breakup of a family. Whatever has been grieving you, leaving you feeling like you have been not cared for, not loved, whatever's been making you feel like there's no reason to feel optimistic about your life because where's this? And this might have been going on for a year now, the last year of where is my opportunity, whether we're talking about a material opportunity like a new home, a new car, a new job, or we're talking about a relationship that is solid, that it actually gives a sense of stability and security. Well, this is you finally accepting what is, and yeah, maybe facing a reality that it's not going to be with a certain person or a certain location, or it's not going to come in the way that you had hoped, but you find your peace and you move on. When are these choices going to open up for Aquarius? In March. Oh my gosh, love it. All right, so we got an autumn to March to autumn. So I'm digging that. I am really digging that, okay? And I'm also getting June at the foundation. So what I'm sensing off of this is that there's going to be a solid 6 months from March to, I'd say, September. That, and it could go even a little bit further, 6 to 9 months into yeah, I'm gonna hold it at 6 months. Let's say 6 months, okay? It's gonna peak out in June. Something is gonna peak out in June. Like, it's gonna hit its height in June. I'm really digging that. Okay. So you could be making decisions. Actually, I now what I'm getting is the 2 days off of this is that over the next 2 days of you seeing this video, you could be reevaluating how to come out of this stuckness that maybe you have felt, yeah, you've been in, okay? And you're gonna look at, I think, putting some options down that maybe you weren't so sure about, and you're gonna realize, okay, that's not viable, or, and it might be also, again, that part of the grieving process and you accepting realities is like, okay, that's, I gotta stop entertaining that as an option. That's not viable. And if I'm gonna like get out of this stalemate, this stuck energy, I gotta stop looking at that cup and thinking I can make something out of it. Okay. And maybe stop having this kind of ungrounded wishful thinking that is maybe rooted in some kind of escapism over a harsh, difficult reality of what the actual choices are, because I don't know that these are choices necessarily that you want. Some of you haven't made a choice because it's been a very difficult decision involving a lot of unwanted or unfavorable options. Like, so it's not what I want to pick. Like, I don't have any of the options I want, so I'm just not going to pick. And I'm just going to sit here and wait until something that I want to pick shows up, and then nothing happens. Okay, so I think over the next 2 days of you seeing this video, you're going to mull this over in your brain of maybe like, I'm getting like having some honest talks with yourself about what's viable and what's not, and how continuing to entertain options that are not viable are keeping you stuck, and how you need to overcome indecision. Okay. I do feel like, there it is again. Wow. Okay. I'm trying to go deeper into why it is that you've not been able to move on. What the unresolved issues are. Excuse me for my coughing. I'm having tea, but for some reason my throat is just scratchy. For no explainable reason. I do think that maybe some secrets did finally come out, okay? But I am getting the vibe, and it might have to do with a Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, fire sign, and I'm also getting earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, potentially. My trouble is that something was not moving forward. I mean, literally, this might have involved travel or a house move, or you dealing with an energy of a player who just wanted instant gratification. They're very self-concerned. They're very self-involved. They're very ego-driven. They F around and find out. They don't think things through. They act before they think. And I don't know if you got some information on this person or something came out about this person, and you realize like this person is not stable. They're not reliable. They don't really care about me. They Um, they're not going to put the work in, even if they do. Okay. And again, you might have had to look at like whatever that it was, some private information or secret, some information was divulged to you. I think you saw a darker side of a person. And again, we're back to this energy of I'm going to have to accept my losses and move on. That, hey, there's not going to be any love here. There's not going to be any opening up of emotions. And there's not going to be any spiritual growth with this person at all, because you might be dealing with somebody who has very blocked or repressed emotions. Like they're emotionally cut off, or there's something spiritually stunted with their growth. And I'm also getting that you might have blocked your emotions off, or again, in your acceptance of who this person is and the truth about them coming out, you decide that you're not going to emotionally be open to such a reckless person. Like, this is a very reckless person. And again, I'm seeing another card here of somebody not putting in the work, or if they do put in the work, it's not going to be rewarded. Like, why should I open up to this person? Because it'll be of no consequence. Like, it's never. And again, I'm getting something about emotionally stuck. Like, this is what you're having to accept, is that this person, this situation is emotionally stuck. Some secret came out about this individual. They're not going to move you forward. Okay. Honestly, I'm getting the feeling like, again, it just goes back to that Virgo reading that I put out about joining yourself and cooperating with people who are not cooperating with you. Like, this person, yeah, they probably want to be moved forward. They want their desires fulfilled, but they're secretive. They have a private, hidden life. They have a lot of veiled, bullshit going on in the background, and they have absolutely no vested interest in moving you forward in what you want. Because again, we're dealing with an egocentric energy. We're dealing with somebody who's very self-involved, self-concerned. How the hell are they ever going to move you forward when they're so laser focused on moving themselves forward? I think deep down you've known this. I don't know that it's a shock or surprise, but again, I'm going to go back to, this might have been the limited options that you have had over a year's time. That just fell out. And so some of you have been waiting for better option, better opportunity to come in. And for some of you, yeah, it's been a year in the making. I am seeing that things are going to positively shift, and some of you do not even see it. Some of you are finally going to get closure on an issue, possibly having to do with fixed sign, which is Aquarius, also Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and I'm seeing Cancer, Pisces here as well. This is a lot of change. Oh my God, do you see it? Do you see the wheels? Do you see the circles, right? Like cycles. Even in that moon card, I can see this continual pattern of something is changing, something is spinning, right? Like a hurricane. And this is major change that is fated, that, you know what? Somebody might have slowed your roll on getting this closure, but listen, here it is, finally in the upright. Because remember, when we originally pulled this, it was in reverse, telling me that you were not able to get closure. You had unfinished business due to someone's unfairness, lack of accountability, injustice. They caused you to miss the boat, miss the bus. They put you on a different timeline. But, you know, man cannot come between what God has preordained. And this is a lot of, do you understand? This is major arcana here. All three of these cards. Spirit stepping in saying, hold up, wait a second. If we got to airlift Aquarius to the next destination, we will. We will. But you don't see it. It's going to get revealed, though. With that moon in reverse. I am seeing, you know, this on its own, moon in reverse, is not a great card, you know. It's saying, listen, you've been going through a lot of patterns of unhappiness. You've been having to do a lot of shadow work, facing down your own inner demons, dealing with unmet emotional needs. But with these two cards on either side of that, it's telling me, oh, all these issues, things are going to shift in your favor and you're finally going to get closure. Somebody tried to keep you stuck in this. And I'm going to go back to saying that whoever caused you to miss the boat or miss your bus and they put you on a different timeline, I'm hearing all roads lead to home. All roads lead to home. They slowed you down. It's going to take you a little bit longer. But this is preordained. And you are going to get there. And I don't know that you see it, but you know, I am really getting a strong vibe from Spirit that you were not meant to stay in this your entire damn life, okay? And whoever put you in this and left you there, sitting at a bus stop, waiting on the next bus to come on schedule, okay? They have brought upon themselves karma. Right, that's a whole other subject, and I'm not going to get into that because that's for them in their reading, right? But I'm just going to say, with all this major arcana here, that will not be without consequence to their spirit and soul, because I'm going to go back to that Justice card and say, this was a soul contract that was violated. So even if you had maybe a court of law or somebody in the world that says, oh, well, you get a free pass for screwing over whomever, in the spirit, they got records. And remember, some things in this world are legal that are illegal in the spiritual realm. So again, somebody might, in their own conscience, feel that they're okay, they're justified. But if Spirit says, no, that's not what you agreed to do, you're under spiritual contract, they're going to be held accountable for it in the spirit realm. This is major, okay? So I feel like over the last year, this issue of having an opportunity, things are changing for you. And, but I just don't think you see it. I just don't think you see it. What's having to be accepted here with this Five of Cups? What is having... This might have something to do with a feminine energy, a mother, a wife. It came out sideways, so I got this feeling like, and that did too, Four of Cups. Got this feeling like, again, this inability to grow and to thrive and to be abundant, and being kind of stuck in this state of dissatisfaction with what is being offered. There it is again. It's changing, okay? This is changing. This is shifting for you. And again, I don't think it's all, roses, but because, yeah, there's a part of you that's, I think, gotten very disenchanted about, particularly for feminine energy, things not really expanding in your life in the way that you hoped. Maybe there were offers that came in, but they weren't unwanted. It's like, yeah, that's thanks, but no thanks. That's not what I'm, being patient, waiting for. So I think the having to wait and the things not growing in the time frame that you had hoped is really, even though things are changing positively in your favor, yet again, might have to do with money, with the wheel showing up twice here. Fantastic omen here, here, and here, possibly having to do with your materials. Like if you've been waiting on money to come in, it's coming. And it's faded one way or another. Yes, some of you, and I think I'm getting another message that I keep going back to this, this analogy of missing the boat or missing the bus. The consequence of this, what this caused in your life, was you were supposed to grow and thrive. Okay, you were supposed to be supported, nurtured, abundant. But when it came out like this, right, that's telling me is that in some respects, yes, you did, despite everything, despite the adversity. But again, not in the time frame that you could have had you not missed the bus. That's messed up. I'm trying to think of what else I need to pull cards for. Let's see. Give me a moment here. I don't know why I'm feeling led with this deck. Like, please tell me more about this. Strength card. Okay. Yeah, this is a lot of wow, this is like really about you tapping into that that crown chakra, the third eye chakra, the throat chakra. You expressing yourself more creatively, being more original, more passionate in how you do that. And then having more presence, more awareness, attention, more connection in your reality. I'm being brought back to that Six of Wands. What kind of attention have you been getting, Aquarius? What kind of connections have you been making? And then with the dreams card, this has to do with messages, signs, symbols, guidance. So I'm hearing they're showing you if you sit back and you look at, um, you know, these relationships, right? Um, I think that we've had some issues with getting authentic connections out of people. I'm going to talk more about that probably before we get out of Pisces season, hopefully over the next week. I'm going to talk about attachment. And I want to talk about what's going on right now with so many people being avoidant of attachment and the crisis that's been putting humanity in, because we're dealing with so many insecure people and we're in a loneliness crisis. We have more people now than ever that are living alone, and we're not meant to go alone. We're not. And I think Aquarius knows this more than any other sign, because we are the most other focused sign, okay? But when you're dealing with people who are so insecure, particularly with, you know, Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, you're dealing with a lot of low, no investment people. You're dealing with a lot of just people who don't want to get involved, people who don't, there's trust issues, there's security issues. I could go on and on and on. I am seeing it here with this Queen of Pentacles popping out in reverse. Could have to do with a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo, but overall it's an energy, and I'm not a fan of this. Is a very insecure woman. But this is somebody who feels like maybe she's got to have money or things or pay for stuff in order to get affection or to have influence or access in a person's life. Like, it's not enough for me to just be a quality person and just show up. So I have to prove my worth by what I pay for, where I work, the car I drive, where I live, in order to be worthy of attention or affection. That's rough. Some of you are dealing with a conflict between your working life and your home life. And yeah, I'm getting a lot of holding back energy in these close relationships where, you know, you want emotional involvement, you want somebody to be emotionally supportive and engaged, yet you're dealing with somebody who doesn't open up or holds back, maybe with the coins there, because of financial insecurities. And with the Eight of Swords, it's a head game. It's a, well, I can't do anything, you know, until I get my money straight, or, you know, because what? We're living in a reality that has brainwashed us that our value is based on what we have in the 3D. And that somehow defines our 5D value. Wrong, but we haven't transcended that yet, as humanity is, right? So some of you are stuck in this. I'm having I'm wanting to go deeper into that, but I've already gone like, oh yeah, we're almost at an hour time here. Let me see. I want to make some predictions real quick, like what's gonna, not just what's gonna happen. Empress, Ten of Swords, there it is again, Moon in reverse. Okay, what's gonna happen with your love life? Well, isn't this lovely? You know, generally I wouldn't say Ten of Swords is lovely, but you know, if you've been dealing with somebody's been putting you in a three-party situation, they've betrayed you a number of times, they are only, like I said, egocentric, self-involved, you are going to grow beyond this, okay? And what you're going to do is put this to an end. This time of, with the moon in reverse, might have to do, I'm seeing Aries, Taurus, I'm seeing Pisces, Cancer as well. But regardless of sign, I am seeing that some of you are just going to put this time in your life of dealing with these unmet emotional needs, these patterns of unhappiness. You're going to put it to an end. And I don't know if it's going to be pleasant. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat it here, okay? It might come from some kind of betrayal where you just like, you know what? That's the last time you're going to do that because I'm donezo. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think that some of you are going to find growth through also doing shadow work, okay? Let me see if I can find out, like, how is Aquarius going to get the growth in their love life? There's some kind of duplicitous behavior that's going on, okay, where, yeah, there it is, Queen of Swords with you, progress, and it might involve long distance travel, some of you moving on, some of you may be involving a fire sign female, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or just getting more confident in communicating more and opening up more. This might be a family for some of you. Homecoming. That's a very interesting message. So some of you getting a new home, I'm telling you, it's been about a year in the making, but it might be long distance from you. And again, like I said, it might involve a friend or a family member that is maybe a fire sign. Okay. How can Aquarius get an increase in income? How can Aquarius, oh dear. Oh my gosh, it kind of like bugs me because I've been getting that for years now. But the problem is, you know, we're dealing with a culture that is commitment phobic. It's very hard to get people to commit when they don't feel secure. And a lot of people don't feel secure because of the economy. But that's what you need. You need to partner with someone, is what I'm getting. Not an easy task in this day and age, but partnering with someone financially, materially, getting a life partner, maybe, yes, a marital partner. But some of you also, you will get a windfall of money coming in, some kind of financial support maybe coming in, surprisingly, through a contract, or again, if there has been, I'm going to go back to that justice card, somebody owes you money, and if you have a legal committed obligation to fulfill, or they do rather, then it would come through that. If you don't have any kind of outstanding, you know, legal orders that need to be fulfilled, this would be you finding somebody to life partner with. You know, two are better than one, especially when they are agreed. Yeah, there's a problem when people are pulling in different directions. But if you can get The power of agreement is so much. That's why, the powers that be have been trying to divide families and lives, and they don't want us to be unified. They want us fighting each other, because our strength is when we come together. Okay, so let me see what else. I could go on and on and on with this reading, but let me see if we can leave off with some advice on where to go from here. Okay. So be flexible, right? Where you're going to have to, and I'm being brought back to that hurricane analogy that I started the reading with. And you have trees that in a storm will bend or break. Like if you're too rigid, that storm is going to break the tree. But a tree that is flexible is going to bend with the wind and not be broken by it, okay? So some of you are maybe needing to leave. And I'm going to go back to the Six of Swords in reverse. That, yeah, maybe you've been trying to move on. But yeah, it is time to finally be flexible and move on with something. Look, serendipity. There is an opportunity coming in. It's probably been in the works over the last year behind the scenes, and you didn't see it, you don't know about it. But look, it's going to make you happy, happy, happy. And you're kind of in the eye of the storm right now. I'm going back to this analogy that you are in the center of it, where it's silent and everything is moving around you, and you don't really know which way the wind is blowing, if it's coming or going, because you're kind of in this in between. But look at that 3. There is going to be growth. This is a really positive omen. And the changes that are coming in are going to make you very happy, because something is going to end suddenly that is going to be a very serendipitous, divine thing for you. I really feel the changes, that you're going to be able to go somewhere, okay? And if you're not actually leaving permanently, it may just be traveling. And I did see for some of you, traveling long distance. Some kind of long distance travel. I'm saying like more than an hour's drive, okay? Will you come back? That remains to be seen. Will you stay over there? That remains to be seen, because you're in the middle of it. You're in the thick of it right now. But it's getting worked out. Just got to flex and flow with it and trust. This is going to go well for you. I hope this encouraged you, Aquarius. Be blessed.